Hey, it's John Hope Bryan, entrepreneur, author of Up From Nothing, my last book. The memo before that, How the Poor Can Save Capitalism, Love Leadership, Banking Our Future. It's all about the civil rights movement, now the third Reconstruction, founder of Operation Hope, boom, and an entrepreneur of other things, businesses. But today, I'm talking to you about Bitcoin. And again, my wife owns Bitcoin. She did well with it, all right? Less well now than she did originally, but she did really well because she bought it at next to nothing. And God bless her. And she's got me, well, her own resources, but she got me as a backup. So if all things go to heck in a handbasket with Bitcoin, she can just shrug her shoulders. I've said to you before, last year before, I'm going to say it to you again now. During the pandemic, I said this, screamed this, do not use your rent money. Now I'm going to say don't use your investment money. It's speculation. Use the speculation money, but don't use it right now. So Bitcoin 2022, and no, I'm not a hater on Bitcoin. I'm a lover of you. I'm explaining exactly what Bitcoin is, right? And what it isn't. So what you want in a rising interest rate environment, which is what's happening, by the way, it's a stable economy. By the way, the world's not coming to an end. Everything's fine. Economy's strong. But you have a rising interest rate environment. And in this environment, things that aren't real, things that are speculative, investors are like, nah, I'm good with all that stuff. Are you making money as a company? Is this a real investment? Like, I'm sticking to the basics. So all the speculative stuff like tech stocks that are not proven, that, I'm on a board of a company that I'm really proud of. It's a proven entity. But it got hammered because tech stocks got hammered earlier this year. I believe that's, by the way, they're making money. They have a product. They're building. They've got revenue streams. They have clients, right? Hello, around the world. It's called Nextdoor. Just full disclosure, I'm on the board. I'm not advocating you to buy the stock, by the way. I'm just saying, as a board member, full disclosure, I'm on the board because I believe in the company. And they have customers, all that stuff. There are a lot of tech stocks that don't have customers. It's speculative. They don't have an income stream. They've gotten somebody to give them a bunch of money, and they hope it works. And those stocks got hammered in the first quarter of this year when interest rates started, when the Fed signaled, hey, the economy's overheated, and anything that's speculative got hammered. And a lot of things that were speculative adjacent got dragged along with it. But some stocks went down as much as 70, 80% in their value and won't come back. And Bitcoin, which was at $60,000 at its height, right? And some people will say, yeah, it was once at 200. Well, okay, that was my wife bought it at 200. Okay, great, fantastic. Take your money and run, because it went from 60,000, then it went back down to 20,000. Now it's at, last time I checked, it's at 18,000. So if you bought at 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, and that was your rent money, that was your retirement, I feel really bad for you. You didn't take my advice. Folks who are doing that, stay humble, hustle harder. Those who are doing that can afford to lose it. Like going to Las Vegas. You're really a high roller in Las Vegas. Hopefully you can afford to lose what big chips you're putting down. But if you're just the average Joe or Joanne going to Las Vegas, you take your $200 you can afford to lose, and that's it. You know, and say, no, I'm done. So if you love Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is like, it was marketed as the next gold reserve. Like it's the reserve currency okay, it's not a currency, okay? It's digital code. That's what it is. NFTs too are digital computer codes. I'm not saying they're not valuable. By the way, blockchain is incredibly valuable, blockchain technology. And NFTs have a value in the right situation. And cryptocurrency is part of the future. Did you hear me say that? It is part of the future. But Bitcoin and all these currencies are not really currencies. They're assets, but as assets, they're speculative assets, and they're getting hammered along with the rest of the stock market. And as long as interest rates continue to go up, they're going to continue to be hammered, in my view. And interest rates, I think, are going to go up one more time this year. I think the Federal Reserve is very serious about trying to knock off this inflation that we're dealing with and the sort of cool off an overheated economy that you saw. Most people saw a window through to the once out of control real estate values and affordability that went with it, or the lack thereof. And so, if you want to do Bitcoin, if you own some, I own a little bit as a test. It went down in value, by the way. I put a couple of grand in it, and I think it's worth $1,600 now. You want to own it, keep owning it. Just leave it alone. I call it buy it, set and release on investments. I buy things, I set it, I hold it, I release, and I release conscious. I mean, I just don't touch it. I don't sell it. I don't do anything. Just let it sit there. Some investments you need to sell because they're more speculative and episodic in nature. I hope I'm not talking over people's heads with all this jargon. But basically, bottom line is don't buy it. And if you're the average person watching this, you're not a sophisticated investor, you don't have money to lose, just stay away from it for 2022. Go back to it in 2023 when the world, I think, will calm down in the second quarter and we'll get back to a rhythm. The stock market is really chaotic right now, and that's the good news. So if you want to invest in something, and I'm still investing, invest in solid stuff like companies you see products you use, and companies when you look at their financial statements, they're making money, they have customers, you use it, other people use it, they're profitable, they have assets. Okay, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies can't say any of that. They don't have cryptocurrencies like a digital gym membership. It's based on hype and usage. That's right, a digital gym membership. I said that. It's like hype and it's hyped up and based on people using it. If the usage goes down and the hype goes away, the price goes down. There's no assets underneath it. There's no income stream tied to it. There's most of all, there's a currency. There's no assets underneath it. It just poof can go away in a second. That's why a lot of cryptocurrency promoters were try to tie it to the FDIC, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, try to tie it to currency, real U.S. currency. That didn't work. But anyway, this is not for or against crypto, so don't send a lot of crazy comments into this video. I'm just saying, when you go to Operation Hope, I try to show you to get out of the surviving mindset into a thriving mindset and basically into a winning mindset, and how you cover the downside, limit your downside and maximize your upside. And don't believe the hype, and just be an optimistic realist, right? And the reality is that it's down to 18,000, it's up to 60,000. Anybody should be able to see that that's not good, and it hasn't gone back up. And I think it's highly volatile. Anything that goes up and down $10, $20, $30,000 in the course of 12 months is volatile. It's not hating on something. I'm just saying it's just volatile. It's like saying that's a book. Okay, go to Operation Hope, see one of my Hope Financial coaches, get a counseling session, and get your budget straight. Make sure you own a home. That's the thing that's going to really go up in value. You don't own a home. Why rent from a guy like me when you can afford to own? If you can, you want a pathway to home ownership. Have Operation Hope help you with that. Get your credit score up. We're moving credit scores 54 points in 6 months at Operation Hope. Get your debt down. We're doing that. Your savings up. We're doing that. We're moving your credit score up and become a homeowner. Go to 1 Million Black Business Initiative. Become a 1 MBB, own a business, or just a business owner or entrepreneur. Become a legitimate, just mainstream investor in the stock market. There's still bargains out there that I believe if you buy some of these stocks right now and just hold it, just don't pay any attention to it. I'm talking about a real stock now. I'm hesitant to give an example, but I'm just a fan of. I'm a fan of Walmart. I'm a fan of. These are basic companies. You would recognize most of the names I would say. And I just think there's you can see them around the corner. You can see customers going in and out. You can research their stock. Up and down value. You can see their profit, their cash flows. It's transparent, and you're like, yeah, that seems to be a solid company, not speculative. So you have investment, you have best in class investments, conservative ones, and you have sort of interesting, progressive ones, but slightly more risky. Then you have technology, but maybe institutional technology, and then maybe you have sort of speculative, and then you have highly speculative. And I just think that cryptocurrency at the moment is not tested. It's highly speculative. Doesn't mean it's bad. It just means if you're a poor, struggling person, you probably shouldn't be putting your last dime in it, and you surely shouldn't be getting a payday loan or using a credit card to go buy it. I heard this; it just broke my heart. You want another video. You want to have if you have debt, you want to have good debt, not bad debt. Good debt is tied to assets that appreciate. Bad debt is tied to assets that depreciate. Don't finance jewelry. Don't finance shoes. Or don't finance sports tickets, and don't finance cryptocurrency purchases. And yes, people are doing it. All right. John O'Brien, I'm out. Spread the video around, comment on it, share it, make an appointment with Operation Hope, download the Hope in Hand app, and let's go change the world together. And follow the movement. Follow Operation Hope, follow John O'Brien if you aren't already.